In the early 1900s, Mount St. Joseph was the picture of serenity. Perched atop a hill in the splendid isolation of Kentucky's western woodlands, the mount stood seemingly untouched by the passing of time. However, life outside of St. Joseph, Kentucky, was occurring at a pace like never before. This was the world the young Mount St. Joseph Ursulines were about to meet head-on. By the turn of the century, Louisville was always growing, always busy. Though the Ursuline Mother House was located in the city, there were simply too many new parishes, with schools needing educators, for the Louisville Ursulines to keep up. This resulted in Bishop McCloskey calling upon the Sisters of Mount St. Joseph to take the schools in the Louisville Ursulines' stead. By 1907, only 1 year after being called by the bishop, the Mount St. Joseph Ursulines had established 4 schools in Louisville: St. James, St. Columba, St. Edward, and St. Paul. But Louisville was only the beginning. Only 5 years after establishing St. Paul in Louisville, Mother Aloysius and her band of young Ursulines had opened an additional 9 schools for rural parishes throughout western and central Kentucky. However, though everything seemed to be proceeding smoothly on the outside, a divide was growing between the German-speaking, city-dwelling Louisville Ursulines and English-speaking, rural Mount St. Joseph Ursulines. The divide in culture, distance, and vision had grown too large. The growth and prospect of continued growth caused the Mount St. Joseph Ursulines to make their move towards a very American ambition: independence. The matter was not taken lightly. Both sides firmly stood their ground. Mount St. Joseph pushing for autonomy, and Louisville seeking to retain control over the Mount. Despite the efforts of Louisville, in 1912, the Ursuline Sisters of Mount St. Joseph became an autonomous community. This decision resulted in the stipulation that the Mount St. Joseph Ursulines could not accept any new schools in Jefferson County for the next 20 years. However, due to the Louisville Ursulines' reticence for difficult country living, this restriction would soon waver. A 1916 letter from Mother Aloysius inquiring about a teaching prospect in Louisville and the Mount St. Joseph Ursulines' possible early return to the city reveals why the Mount St. Joseph Ursulines were so successful. Writing to Louisville's new bishop, Bishop Dennis O'Donoghue, Mother Aloysius stated,
"Even if the new school is in prohibited territory, I do not think the other community would want the school, as it would require only 2 teachers to begin with and would entail some of the hardships we are accustomed to encounter in our schools. I can supply the teachers for the school and would be glad to labor among these good people."
The sisters were granted the new school. The Mount St. Joseph Ursulines had what few did: grit. It was this grit that took them to the places where life was hard-lived, to the places on the edge of civilization, the places Christ is needed most. Like the soldiers in the trenches, they charged harder when many would have collapsed. They were pioneers, walking continuously into the darkness of the unknown, guided only by the voice of their Lord.